This is ACT Science, Passage 1. This is a data passage, but it has this word study here, where it's describing in a bit more detail about what's going on. So you might have some questions that come from the reading. Data passages generally don't read, just go straight to the questions or skim the passage lightly to get an idea of what's going on. You don't have to spend much time in the passage. Our approach to the questions, quick read through and then a reread breaking it down step by step. We're going to do that together. So this is passage 1. It looks like they're studying radon, a naturally occurring gas, 8 sites in 2008. Looks like they're pumping gas out of a tube, and we have different sites, we have different dates, and we have the average RN concentration. That's the degree to which we want to spend time in the passage. Okay, question 1. According to figure 3, so this is figure 3, the average RN concentration in June 2008, so we're looking at the darkly covered bar at site 3, so we're using this line right here, right? It's drawing a line straight across, it's about 5, was closest in value to the average concentration in July 2009. So using the light colored bar now. So we don't know where June 2008 at site 3 was closest to June 2009. We have 4 sites, 1, 4, 5, and 8. And we can see that it's closest in the light colored bar to site 1. Right? If we're looking at the light colored bar in site 4, in site 5, in site 8, you can see those are quite a bit higher. If you accidentally look at the same dark one, they're a little bit closer, right? 1 and 4 and 5 are all very close, especially 1 and 5. So make sure you're looking at the correct place, put your finger on it. The answer is A. Number 2, which of the following expressions best shows the direction of the flow of gas through the soil apparatus in figure 2? So in figure 2, we know the direction of the gas. So it tells us in the reading that the gas was pumped out of the tube and into an RN detector. So it starts in the tube, so choice F or G, then it goes through the pump to the RN detector. So your answer is choice F. All right, for number 3, we're using figure 1 and figure 3. Number 3, consider the site having the second largest vertical displacement in figure 1. So vertical displacement, figure 1, the second largest is site 6. According to figure 3, the average RN concentration at this site, so we're looking at the same sites in both figures, in December of 2008, so the one in the middle, was closest to what? And so that looks like it's around 8, it's a little below 10, a little above 5, so your answer is B. For question number 4, we're using figure 3, so put your finger on figure 3. The average RN concentration increased, we're looking at increase in RN concentration. So RN concentration is here. Between June 2008 and December 2008, the first 2 bars on each graph, at how many of the sites? So we just have to check each site. So let's check site 1. So site 1 from June to December is a decrease. So that one is out. Site 2 is an increase. Site 3 is an increase. Site 4 is a decrease. 5 is increase. 6 is increase. 7 is decrease. 8 is increase. So we can count those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your answer has to be H. Number 5, we're using December 2008 RN concentration data. So that's going to be figure 3. In particular, remember 2008. So we're using that middle bar on the graph. As distance from the epicenter increased. Well, where do we find that? We have to go to the reading. And it tells us that site 1 was approximately 25 kilometers from the northeast, And then the next site was 25 more. So as it goes from site 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8, the distance from epicenter increased. So now we just have to compare the sites. So we can see that from 4 to 5 and 5 to 6 and 6 to 7 and 7 to 8, there is an increase only. So the answer is A. Number 6, based on the description of the sites. So we know that's in the reading. So what was the minimum possible distance? It tells us how far apart each site is. There's 25 kilometers to each site, minimum, right? Each successive site was 25 to 50 kilometers further to the northeast than the previous site. So we're comparing sites 1 and 5. So we want to know the minimum, which is at least 25 kilometers, right? That's the minimum. So between 1 and 2 is 25, 2 and 3 is 25, between 3 and 4 is 25, and between 4 and 5 is 25. So the minimum possible distance between those two sites is 100 kilometers, or choice H. Assume that for each Teflon tube, the top of the tube was 1 centimeter above the surface of the soil and the other end was at the bottom of the hole. So we're using this information, the picture, right, bottom of the hole, tube goes all the way through. What is the length in centimeters of the tube? Okay, so we know we're using that reading. So the diameter of the hole was drilled 0.08 meters deep. So we have 0.08 meters plus the 1 centimeter. But we're looking for the length in centimeters, and this is meters. So a little bit of knowledge here. We have to convert meters to centimeters. And I use the mnemonic King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. We're going to start with the base, which is meters, and we're going to centimeters. So we're going to start with 0.08 to 8 to 8.0, just moving the decimal to the right as we move to the right. So 80 centimeters is 0.8 meters. But we can't forget, look, if we're not paying attention, we might choose choice B. But we have to add that 1 centimeter on. So 80 plus 1 is 81. So our answer is C. If you missed any of these questions, see if there's a category that stands out that you might need to improve. And reach out if you have any questions. We'll end on our silly joke, which is an earthquake joke. What did one earthquake say to the other earthquake? Hey, it's not my fault. Have a wonderful day.